Welcome to the Pitcher Nail Down. I'm Jason Gilbo at JGilbo11, breaking down tonight's slate of pitching options. We got Corey Kluber, who's obviously the top option on the slate, but going game by game here, talking about guys I do like and I don't like. Colorado, Washington, there is some rain in the area once again, but if you're kind of looking at someone here, I think Tanner Roark's probably the more intriguing option. He's been pretty bad for the most part this season. Really struggles against lefties, but is starting to kind of look better of late. 11 strikeouts last time out against Arizona on the road, 6 strong innings, no earned runs against Cincinnati in Cincinnati. Pitched into, obviously bad ballparks and came away with over 20 DK points, over 40 FanDuel points. So it's starting to kind of look a little bit better. He does, once again, he struggles with lefties. Blackman, Parra, Cargo, Tony Wolters. Those are the 4 lefties I see projecting the lineup. Obviously, Cargo and Wolters I'm not really all that worried about right now. Parra, Blackman obviously are your guys, but you look at Roark. I mean, once again, he's been pretty tough on righties. Colorado's a team that struggles, on the road. They do struggle against right-handed pitching for the most part. They just come in kind of middle of the road this year. I mean, you look at the strikeout rate as well, right around 23%. So I don't mind him at his price. I see him more as kind of that SP2. I don't know how much I'd go to him on single pitcher sites, but I guess in GPPs I don't mind it. Marquez, on the other hand, he's a guy I'm staying away from. Moving on here, Atlanta, Philadelphia. I have no interest in Eichhoff tonight. I do have some interest in Newcomb. This guy, is a strong up-and-coming guy. I think he's a good GPP play for tonight's slate because I do think he's somewhat overpriced. Phillies against lefties. This is a team that's okay, but for the most part, they're still a team I don't mind targeting. 24th in WOBA, 21.2% strikeout rate. You look at Newcomb, this guy can miss some bats, 12% swinging strike rate, 23% strikeout rate. The issue with him is the walks. That's kind of what you're looking at there, but it's the guy I expect once again to kind of start to figure things out as he moves on and kind of get rolling. So coming off a good start, obviously, against the Dodgers, where he was pretty cheap, struggled against the Cubs, struggled against the Nationals, struggled against Houston, kind of teams you would expect him to struggle against anyway. I think he's a good GPP play tonight. I don't know if I'll be going that route in cash games, but I don't mind him. Chicago, Milwaukee, Junior Guerra, no thanks. Kyle Hendricks, I'm going to take a wait-and-see approach here. This is a guy who made a start against Chicago, was looking a little bit off, allowed 8 base runners, didn't walk anyone. I wouldn't be surprised to see him have a good start, but I also wouldn't be surprised to see him just kind of have an average one. The good thing, he's priced down, so he's kind of an SP2 play if you're looking to take some risk against Milwaukee's offense that does strike out quite a bit, but I probably won't be heading that way. Cincinnati, Miami, Adam Conley versus Tim Edelman. I don't want either part of these guys. Conley went out and had a decent start in Texas last time out. Still not a believer that he's turned things around. I'm just kind of staying away. I don't need to go there tonight. Kansas City, Boston. Trevor Cahill obviously making his first start there for Kansas City after getting traded from the Giants, from the Padres. Cahill's been really good this year. I'm not going to argue against it. 57% ground ball rate, 27% strikeout rate. It's still a Boston team that just doesn't strike out a ton. I'm just kind of staying away from both sides here. They kind of just wash each other out. Cahill just doesn't have enough of the juice where I'm just kind of immediately going, I'm plugging into my lineups. I know he's cheap. On DraftKings, you can kind of maybe look at him where he's only $7K and kind of hope for that quality start and kind of get you around 15 to 20 DK points. I think that's kind of where his window is tonight, so I don't mind him. Eduardo Rodriguez is a guy who has missed bats this year and kind of just putting up pedestrian starts since coming back from the DL. I'm off of them tonight. Royals offense that is kind of rolling right now. They do have some decent right-handers in that lineup that might give him some fits. So it's kind of just a stay away situation. We get to Corey Kluber here. He's a top option on the night. Kluber, 16% swinging strike rate. That leads the slate. 35.5% strikeout rate, 6.2% walk rate. He just continues to dominate in and out. The only downside of him is his price tag. But, when this guy really does have 40 fantasy point upside on DraftKings and 60 on FanDuel, it's kind of hard to just ignore him completely at the price tag, especially when We do have Greinke, but he's not a tremendous discount from him. So I love Kluber here tonight. I'm going to be trying to work that price tag in. You don't really need me to tell you this, but don't play Miguel Gonzalez. Arizona, St. Louis, Greinke is a small road favorite against Mike Leake. This is a small run total here for St. Louis. Greinke's kind of that next in line option, 13.3%, 27.5% strikeout rate. I like the GPP swerve. I like him away from home here. Below a 3.5 FIP, XFIP, Sierra, 47.5% ground ball rate. Like what Greinke's been doing, he's going to face a ton of right-handed bats in this lineup. This is a team that's just been pretty average against righties this year. I know they ranked 10th in WOBA, but they're kind of just lackadaisical at times. I don't think they put together a ton of run production, just in terms of a fantasy standpoint. So I think overall, there is some strikeout upside here. 21.4% against strikeout rate against righties isn't all that awful for St. Louis. So I don't mind going that route with Greinke if you need to save some cash there. Don't play Mike Leake. We move on. Baltimore and Texas. Austin Bailey, the Dirks, Kevin Gossman. Highest total on the board. Texas, 95 degrees. Stay away from both. And then we get to a game where there are two pitching options. Ivan Nova, Dinelson Lamet. Both these guys are cash game playable as an SP2 on DraftKings. I don't mind them. Ivan Nova, small road favorite, but this one's pretty split. Total's right around 4. You look at the Padres, obviously, this is a team that struggles against righties, 27th in WOBA, 25.3% strikeout rate. Nova, I'm not a huge fan of him in terms of just going out there and getting a ton of strikeouts, but I think he can go deep into the game, limit the damage. He's just not a strikeout guy. 7% swinging strike rate, 14.6% strikeout rate. He might get the benefit of a couple extra here, just given the fact that this team does strike out a ton. I think he does have a good 15 fantasy 0.4. Strikeouts happen up over his last 3 starts, 5, 6, 6. So it's not bad. He obviously got crushed last time out in Coors. He's given up 19 hits over his last 2 games, but base runners have been an issue. They all usually come via the hit. That he doesn't walk a ton of guys, but he's put up kind of boomer bust numbers of late. But if this is a start where I definitely can see him kind of getting a decent floor and also a decent ceiling. But on the other side, I love Lamet here. Obviously, this is a team that doesn't strike out a lot against righties. But we've also seen Lamet strike out some teams that are kind of in the same boat, like San Francisco. You look at this Pirates offense, 26th in WOBA, but they're not far off from actually the San Diego's numbers. 2 points higher in terms of WOBA, 20 points lower in ISO. The only difference is really the strikeout rate, is 18.7%. You look at Lamet, though, second highest swinging strike rate on the day, 13.8%, 29.8% strikeout rate. He's a fly ball pitcher. He does give up a decent amount of hard contact. Those are kind of the worries there. But you look at his Sierra, 3.62 compared to his 5.92 ERA. He's got some positive regression coming, especially in the home run department at the 1.92 home runs per 9. I like him here. I think there is some strikeout upside, even though the Pirates don't strike out a ton. He should see a fair amount of right-handed bats, which he's been tough against. Like I said, he just, against Cleveland, he put up 5 strikeouts in 4 innings. He struggled. At Colorado, at San Francisco, 6 strikeouts in 6 2/3. 8 strikeouts against Atlanta. These are teams that don't strike out a ton, and he's kind of shown that. So I do think he can be a strikeout per inning type guy tonight. I don't mind it as an SP2. I think there is some general upside there. So kind of recap here. Obviously it's Kluber, Greinke. You can play them in all formats. They're elite plays tonight. And I think you kind of look at Tanner Roark, Nova, Lamet as your 3 that are good cash game SP2s, kind of safer floor guys. And if you're looking to take some risk, I think Kyle Hendricks is, there. Newcomer, kind of the 2 GPP guys. So that's going to wrap it up. You can head to our dayfantasycafe.com, check out our great tools and content.